Alright, so today we're looking at domain of polynomial functions. We'll be looking at it pretty fast. Now, for the record, domain and range, there are two things that can always throw the person into confusion. Now, the better way I connect my own is that I try to make a sentence that helps me remember. And if there's a better way, you can always do that in your own case. It's good enough. But domain is connected to the x-axis, while range is connected to the y-axis. And this is how I put my own. I like making the statements as, why did you arrange your book? Why did you arrange the chairs? Why did you arrange the clothes? Why am I saying this? So that I can connect y with what? Range. Why did you arrange? Range and y. This helps me to connect y with range. Once I've done this, I can always remember that domain is what? For x values. So knowing that your domain is for x values, as regards this case, you will always remember where to place what. Now we're talking of domain, that's for connecting with the x values. Now this expression is asking us, domain of polynomial function, we're asking ourselves, for what values of x, what values of x are we going to have such that this expression is undefined? For an expression to be undefined, the denominator has to be equal to what? 0. Once the denominator is 0, then the expression is undefined. So looking at what we have here, we don't have a fraction, we don't have a rational expression here. Then, if we put anything for the first one, f of x equals 5x negative 4. What values of x are we going to have that are going to have a denominator over 0? Nothing. If we start from negative infinity to positive infinity, everything we put will give us a real number, because the idea is to have a real number. And we know our real numbers from negative infinity through to positive infinity. Those are real numbers. So any value of x we put in here, we'll end up getting a real number. If you put in where x is 2, if you plug 2 in the expression, you're going to get what? 10 negative 4 is what? 6. It's a real number. If you put in a negative value, if you put in negative 2, let's try negative 2. We're going to get negative 10, negative 4. Whereas negative what? 14. It's still a real number. If you put in 0, if you enter 0 for x, we're going to get what? Negative 4. So it's still a real number. So any value we enter into this expression, into this equation, we are going to get a real number. Hence, for all these cases, there is no way we are going to get a denominator which is equal 0. Is there any way? No. So as regards this, the domain for this is what? Real number. Negative infinity to what? Positive infinity. This is our domain. This, the same goes for this. And the same goes for this. Because there isn't a value for x that we put into this expression that will leave us with what? An undefined expression. For an expression to be undefined, the denominator will be equal to 0.